Welcome, message from the streets. Today's topic, interesting topic. A lot of people don't like to talk about this particular topic, when it deals with themselves personally, because people think that you losing it, you crazy. But the topic is voices, the voices we hear in our head. And, first and foremost, if you're hearing voices in there telling you to unalive someone, unalive yourself, do something that will get you in some serious trouble, that's just a red flag right there, and you should shun those voices. Don't get them, don't feed them, don't even, dialogue with the voices that a person that dialogue with the voices that you hear, see what I'm saying? Yet on the other hand, if you're hearing voices telling you to do something that's positive, to do something for somebody, and it don't work out the way that you was looking for it to work out, that's cool. You would just charge that to the game as a learning lesson. At least you didn't hurt nobody. At least you didn't hurt yourself. I had a friend, and they told me that they was hearing voices, and the voices come at a certain type of time, and she said that what she did, I think the voices was criticizing her about something. And she said, she told the voice, you know what, you're absolutely right. And you know what? The voices stopped. So there are ways to diffuse the voices that we hear. See what I'm saying? If they're, chastising us in a sense, because sometimes, we have these mental, spiritual exercises that we go through just because we are spiritual beings. We are beings that heavily rely on our mental capacity. So certain things that we do may bring about, the operation of these voices. It may be a mono or stereo, see what I'm saying? And the thing is that some of these voices could actually be attacks, from the energy field, dealing with, what people identify as demons, jinns, archons, just low frequency entities that will have you holding the bag after you do or follow the instructions that you're hearing in your head. If they are instructions, or even if sometimes these voices will just be beating you up, and telling you worthless, that you ain't gonna never be nothing, or you may, on the flip side, the voices may be playing on your ego and tell you that you the best thing since sliced bread. See what I'm saying? These voices are testing us, and to the point where, as though they can most definitely have us to exit this form of existence if we listen to the voices, and there's a negative repercussion because of our actions on account of these voices. What I'm speaking on just came to my mind. I said, let me talk about this, because people don't talk about it. They talk about it to the psychiatrists, excuse me. And we got to be our own psychiatrists. When people main motive to help you is money induced, you got to take that into consideration. See what I'm saying? A lot of the answers we do have within ourselves. Yet we look for outside sources, and some of these outside sources don't even mean us anywhere. These voices, they actually can be fed so much they can take on a entity or a certain type of intelligence of themselves, and become a part of our operations. See what I'm saying? And you got to be careful, because the teachers teach we don't fight against flesh and blood, but principalities, demons, powers, dominions in high places. So we are dealing with something on this realm, according to these teachings, which I embrace, that is beyond what we see. When say like a person came and unalive a person, a lot of times what happens is those persons got emotionally charged, or psychologically manipulated, and they moved on it. But once their true state of consciousness come back, especially if they was under the influence or something, you know, they just left holding the bag. You know, they might have, you know, try to play up to the imagery of what they did, but really they like, dang man, I done messed up. Because you know what? They got jacked. They got jacked for their thought process. It was a movie I seen called Host. And you know, it makes me you know, be able to relate to that sometimes we are hosts to entities and energies besides our authentic self. And a lot of times we are the ones that are responsible for it because we do certain things and the portals open up and entities allowed to come in, you know, being depressed, anxiety, you know, being jelly, being hateful. These are entities and energies start off in the mind, but they also can become like a, you know, certain type of microorganisms that leave the micro realm to come over to the physical realm or the mental realm and start to, you know, festating the thought process. And then the next thing you know, a person is a shadow of what they used to be because they are heavily influenced by this poison, by a contagious condition in their minds. So we got to be careful of the voices, not only in our head, but when they're in other people's heads, and we don't even know that they're in their head, but they're speaking as a representative of those voices. Ladies and gentlemen, this is just something to think about, just a point of view. I bring you the message of love, and I leave you this message in peace. And don't believe everything you hear, especially even in your own head at times. One.